Welcome back to Girl Take the Lead, the podcast where we dive into real, raw, and remarkable stories of people breaking cycles, finding freedom, and leading with courage. Today's guest is Mary Jane Strom, the CEO of Girl Scouts Northern California and a lifelong Girl Scout herself. Mary Jane has over 20 years of experience in youth development, nonprofit leadership, and outdoor programming. She's passionate about empowering girls, fostering leadership, and creating opportunities for young women to thrive. In this episode, we explore how Girl Scouts is evolving to meet the needs of today's girls, breaking down barriers to participation and creating programs from STEM to entrepreneurship to outdoor experiences that prepare the next generation of women leaders. In today's episode, we dive into how youth-led initiatives are transforming Girl Scouts and giving girls a voice, the importance of volunteer mentorship and adult guidance in leadership development, expanding access and opportunities for all girls, regardless of background, programs that foster confidence, resilience, and entrepreneurship and leadership lessons Mary Jane would share with her 20-something self. Can you tell that I'm a fan of Girl Scouts? I just love Girl Scouts and what they do. And I'm so excited to have Mary Jane here because she was in episode 7. And look at that girl. My goodness. Now she's the CEO. I'm so happy for her and so happy for Girl Scouts because she is an amazing leader. Let's jump in. Here you go. Mary Jane, I'm so excited. It's a Girl Scout Day. Yay.
Yay. Yes, I'm so excited to be here, Yo. Thank you for having me on the podcast.
Oh, I'm just, we were talking a little earlier about we had you on the show, episode 7, 2022,
Yes.
March 10th. And you were not the CEO at that time.
No, I think that I was the chief program officer.
You look
And
at you, girlfriend. You
I
are this.
know.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank
Oh,
you. Thank you. I'm really excited about this new role. And I have to say, I was thinking about episode 7 and the last time I was on the podcast this morning as well. And it was a real bright spot for me in that time. It was me and some members of our program team, Alex and Marissa, and we were just thrilled to have the opportunity to speak with you then. And what did you say? This is episode 200 or?
yes. I'm sure we'll be when I launch this one. We'll be well over
Yes, so
240
look at the
episodes.
podcast
I
now from
know.
7 to 200 plus.
Oh my God. I know. Here we are. We just got in our lanes and we just kept
Mhm.
going. And I am so happy for you. I heard the announcement that you were promoted and I went, oh my God, that's such good news to have someone on the inside, to have somebody with your experience and your love and passion and to lead others. Oh gosh, it's such great news. But
Oh,
um,
thank you. Yeah.
maybe you can tell the people who didn't get episode 7 a little bit more about yourself and your own leadership journey getting to be where you are now.
Sure, of course. Well, so I have been a Girl Scout my whole life. I joined Girl Scouts at age 7 in Brownies, and I think I had my first leadership experience as a Girl Scout as a program assistant, and then as a counselor in training at summer camp,
Mm.
where I taught swimming lessons and canoeing and sailing. I think that's really where I learned to take the lead, and I worked my way up through the sort of camp hierarchy to camp director,
Mhm.
and then full time with a council in Boston as the outdoor experience manager. And came out here to California because there was an amazing opportunity to work with Girl Scouts of Northern California to really get our camps and properties up to date and moving at the speed of our girls and to be really the showpiece they are today for our movement.
Mhm.
So I then became the senior director of Camps and Adventure here at NorCal about 8 years ago, then chief program officer, chief mission delivery officer, and now the CEO.
Isn't that cool? Isn't that
Yeah.
cool? So I have to ask you, did you have any camp names?
Yes, so it's a little bit boring, but my camp name is MJ. My
Okay.
first name is Mary Jane, and I think that's just what happens when you pick a camp name at
Mm.
15 or 16. I definitely love the camp names that other people have. I'm drawn to the food names like raisin or maple, but there are some really creative ones out there. Mine's MJ, and I'm stuck with it, and I love it.
Well, mine is kind of boring too. My camp name, because I was a campfire girl and went up to be counselor in training and then counselor, kind of like your path. Um, Mine was Yo. So,
I mean, that's a good name if your campers are looking for you. It's easy to yell, yo.
yeah. So I get you when you say that, but I'm always curious to see if somebody had a cool name. What excites you right now about the time? I mean, it's challenging for sure. And you're walking into, but it sounds like you're walking through a time right now of huge opportunity.
It is. I think it is an amazing opportunity for us as a 113-year-old organization that really knows and understands girls and women, all of our youth development work through over a century. I think it's really a time for us as Girl Scouts to be there for our communities, to help grow our communities, to create a sense of belonging and sisterhood for our girls and the women in our community, to a place for them to grow and learn, to thrive, to take on initiatives and actions that they're really passionate about, and make change, make their communities better. I think
Mm.
that's something that the world really needs right now.
And they're up for it, aren't they? I mean,
So up for it. Our
I
girls are amazing.
they
Every
are.
year I go to gold award or silver award or bronze award ceremonies, and I see what our girls are working on, and I'm just floored. I'm going on Sunday. We have a big gold award and silver award recognition in Campbell. I think we have over 40 girls getting their gold award and 80 girls getting their silver award. And we do that ceremony in multiple locations. So it's hundreds
Mhm.
of girls every year earning their highest awards. And all of those community service and take action projects are really just making Northern California such a better place.
Well, and I learned from you a couple nights ago how large Northern California is.
Yes, yes, we're almost 50,000 members right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
and you're
that's
like the
girls and adults, but we're growing. We're going to increase, and I would love to make sure that we're breaking down as many barriers as possible, providing as much program as possible so that
Mhm.
more girls and more adults can see themselves as Girl Scouts as a place to join and grow and make new friends, and also to learn and volunteer.
Well, and to give perspective on this, I think you told us that you were the fifth largest in the United
Yes,
States.
that's right. We have 111 Girl Scout councils in the US, and we're number 5.
Oh my gosh. I just was like amazed at how large that is. And I've had the opportunity, listeners, of going to one of the programs called Lead the Way, which works with the high school girls. And I've done that for about 4 years now. And I work with them on personal branding and using their voice. And they are so inspiring to
That's
me.
right. I love the Lead the Way program, and thank you so much for volunteering to be a workshop leader at that. I know our girls really enjoy your workshop. Every year when I go, I'm impressed by the program itself. I think it's a girl-led committee that puts that
Yeah.
program on. So it's our high school girls. They work for a solid year beforehand to pick the theme, to line up the workshop presenters, all of the behind the scenes. They're event managers. They're high schoolers and they're event managers and they're leaders. And it's just an amazing program to participate in and witness. And
Yeah.
if there are any listeners out there that have a special like skill or something they can lend to it, they should definitely check it out. And we're always looking for workshop leaders and volunteers.
Yeah. There, I always go into it thinking that I'm going to be in charge. And then it takes the room gets alive with the girls asking questions, and really they do such a good job
They
at
do.
that.
It's wonderful. And this past year, the theme was women in government, and that was
Mm,
such an amazing theme. We had a wonderful keynote speaker, Gabby Chavez,
mhm.
and the girls really engaged with her. It was marvelous. Yeah.
Yeah. So, from your perspective, I know you probably have a million things you could be doing, but what's your personal mission? Like, what do you want to see happen?
What I would really love to see is for us to grow in membership. And I think that that means building strong communities where our girls and our volunteers are thriving, breaking down barriers to have more girls and more volunteers join, really making it easy to participate and volunteer. Like I said, we're 113 years old. And so we really have to be moving at the speed of our girls. And for that, we need more girls, more volunteers. So
Mhm.
building inclusive, strong communities across the whole footprint from Gilroy all the way up to the Oregon border.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Like, what are some ways that you have in your head that you are going to do that?
I think that we're going to empower our current members to
Mhm.
help us with that initiative, right? So we're going to lean on our girls, lean on our volunteers. We're going to reduce some of the paperwork. We're going to reduce some of the barriers to really getting involved. We're also going to partner with all of our community members throughout Northern California. We really need to grow our philanthropic support. So we're going
Mhm.
to look at corporate partners. We're going to look at community partners to say, hey, this is an amazing movement, and we would really love for you to invest in us and help us grow, help us reach more girls, help us empower and grow this leadership movement.
Mm. That's so cool that you're referring to it as a leadership movement. Um, and something that I've noticed simply because I'm pretty active on social media with the podcast is I do see you personally like involved with the girls in the community, getting posted and having the girls' voices come through. I think
Yes.
is so it's inspiring for me to watch. I can imagine that it does move others to take action, like to get involved and
Oh, absolutely. Way more than anything I could do or say. Putting our girls out in front, putting our girls first, letting them use their voice and take the lead. I mean, that's what I'm all about. That's what Girl Scouts is all about. And I would love to do as much of that as possible. So we've really been focused on that in these first 6 months when
yeah.
I was interim and now as CEO. And
Mhm.
I would just love, we have a program at Girl Scouts called the Youth Voice Task Group. And this started about 3 years ago, where we have youth board members
Mhm.
who, after their term is up, they stay on this task group. And we've expanded it and opened applications for other girls to join, and really just listening to our youth, taking their lead, and like I said before, moving at the speed of our youth. We can't afford to slow down. We have to keep moving forward. We have to keep progressing. We have to keep being what girls today need.
Yeah. I think being having that relevance
Mhm.
that it just sounds like you're taking a big leap from dusting off the old image and saying, okay, we've got to move like they move. And I think that's a terrific insight.
Yeah,
Um,
and I think it also comes from, like you said, being an internal member, right? Growing in the movement myself as a girl, as a youth member, and then as a, young adult, as an early staff member. I've really always thought this is what we should be doing. And so now to have the opportunity to empower my team to do that and
yeah.
empower our volunteers to do that, it's just awesome.
Well, and I think If you um if you have that as your initiative, it's going to trickle down.
Hmm.
And even troop leaders, which, I was for both my daughters from daisies up through the whole way. That I think you lose some members and some kids when you're not adjusting and adapting to where they are.
That's right. That's right. And I like to say, let's ask ourselves why we're doing this. Why is this a rule? Is it a rule we made up 30 years ago? Does it have to be a rule anymore? Or is there something different we can be doing now?
Mhm.
So I love it when the girls ask me about things like that, when they say, can we change this? Is this how we have to do it? We had an annual meeting a couple of months ago, and our two youth board members acted as the credentials chair and the mistress of ceremonies. So I think that was the first time where we had youth members participating in the actual delivery of the annual meeting. And if we can do more of that, I think that it'll be amazing if we just let the girls take the lead.
Wow. So is that what you're kind of proud of right now? Like seeing this new spirit come in?
Yes, I do think the energy is amazing. And the more I can be out there with our members, with our girls, the better. I'm
Uh-huh.
also really proud of our properties. We're really lucky in Northern California to have amazing properties. I came out here for them, right? They're
Uh-huh.
beautiful. And we have over 25 summer camps that we're getting ready to launch right now. I know my team is out this week doing lifeguard training at Camp Othene in Fairfax. So we're looking forward to welcoming thousands of girls to all of those facilities this summer. So I'm really proud of our property team, of our camp team, and the outdoor program team. I think I'm also super proud of our community program teams. I see them in here and out in the community every day, working with our girls in underserved communities and helping to increase access to Girl Scouting. Our school partnerships is something else I'm really proud of, working with our school systems and other youth development workers and educators to reach more girls, provide the essential Girl Scout leadership experience to more girls. Those are
Mhm.
just some of the things that I'm
Yeah.
really proud of right now.
Well, it's been a challenge, hasn't it? From COVID to where we are now. And I can imagine schools act differently now. And, like when I was growing up, it was just the after school activity.
Right. Yes. Right. There wasn't, there were some other choices, but yeah, everyone was a Girl Scout, right? Or a lot of folks were a
Yeah.
Girl Scout. And I think that's part of why I say breaking down barriers, reducing barriers to joining, because I think it is an after school activity. It is part of the, let's call it the third space. We have home, we have school for our youth, and then we have a third space.
Mhm.
But it doesn't have to be as strict as say like a competitive sport. You can be a
Mm.
soccer player, you can be a dancer, you can be in student council, and you can be a Girl Scout, right? It doesn't have to compete with those things. You
Yeah.
can sort of do it on your own, or you can participate as much as you want at the troop level. But as a troop leader, there were girls that came to every meeting, and there were girls that said, I have band practice this week, or I'm
Yeah.
going to this swim meet, right?
Yeah.
And I think all of our troop volunteers are so good about making sure everyone stays connected. But it isn't like if you don't go to Girl Scouts, you can't play in the game, right?
Yeah.
You can still participate. So I think doing more of that, making more of that okay, is
Yeah.
really going to help us grow.
Well, one thing I can remember is, especially in my younger daughter's troop, when they were in high school, so many of them went to different high schools. And so it was their time to really get together. And I remember I had picked up some kind of training at some point that said, okay, Girl Scouts is not a social group. We're about service or blah, 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 blah. But then I could see how the kids just wanted to be with each other, share their experiences, and be social.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's how my Girl Scout experience was as a
Yeah.
kid, especially in high school. I remember we would go to meetings on Wednesday night in the basement of the Congregational Church, and there were probably 20 of us in the troop, but maybe every meeting, 10 or 12 of us showed up. But
Yeah.
the first half of the meeting, after we got through the business meeting, was just talking about what was going on in school and like trying to
Yeah.
work through issues we were having at home or at school, right? And it was
Yeah.
just this support network. It was
Yeah.
a real sisterhood, right? I have my own, you know, sisters, but then this was a real sisterhood of folks that supported me through high school and applying to college and, beyond,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. Well, and I think now it gives them an opportunity to be actually connected physically as opposed to digitally, which I think we encompass all of it, especially for our kids today, that um, you can't, ignore
Mm-hmm.
what their life is like. But I think when I see them like just connect with each other physically, it's the energy with all the senses involved is just
Right.
through the roof.
Yeah, it's amazing. And then not just the sisterhood of connecting with each other as youth, the Girl Scout volunteers that we have are
Mhm.
such a supportive group of adults, so awesome role models for our girls, right? An extra adult or two or three or four, depending on how many volunteers in your troop, to go to say, like, I'm having this issue at school, or I'm,
Mhm.
concerned about this class that I'm taking. Can you help me figure out how to apply for this job or how to fill out this application for college, right? I think especially when
Mhm.
our middle school and high school girls are, growing and moving forward, they really need as many supportive adults as possible. And I think when I talk to our youth, they're meeting adults in Girl Scouts that are helping them figure out, they've tried all these badges as brownies and juniors. And then when they're cadets, they really like two or three things, right? And they want to focus on them. So to have an adult that you can say, I'm thinking about this as a career, or I'm thinking about learning more about this subject. It's just a wonderful thing to give our youth, to give our girls. So I'm
Yeah.
really thankful for all of our volunteers.
Is that kind of what you wish parents knew about Girl Scouts?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, I do wish that everyone knew that it was a really safe and supportive community. It's a sisterhood full of supportive adults, and that the girls get to do all these really special experiences,
Mhm.
right? If you're not an outdoor person, which I certainly am, so I've really benefited from countless trips, whether they're like canoe trips or backpacking trips or camping experiences. But if you're not that, there's also wonderful STEM experiences. We have amazing STEM programs. I know that you're familiar, with our robotics teams,
Mhm.
right? And
Mhm.
so the space cookies, that's just a shining example of a volunteer-led STEM program that's been going on for decades. I think about the hundreds of girls that have been space cookies that have gone on to STEM careers because
Mhm.
of their Girl Scout experience. And then our cookie program, the entrepreneurship skills. How many girls have gone through that program and then decided, I want to go into business or
Mhm.
I'm interested in being an entrepreneur myself?
Yeah.
So there's just all of these opportunities for girls to take the lead and explore. We're girl led, supported by thousands of wonderful volunteers.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's a wonderful experience for everyone.
And including the parent too. I
Mhm.
can remember one story. I had taken my troop to I think the San Francisco Zoo. We were staying the night. We were camping there. And just as I lay down in the tent and I'm relaxing, I hear, Mrs. Canny, I have to go to the bathroom. It's like, oh God. Okay. Time to get up, time to go. But it was just marvelous. Just a
Yeah,
marvelous experience for me as a not just a parent, but like caring about all of these girls I had with me.
yeah, yeah. And your girls got to sleep over at the zoo. That's an amazing experience,
It
right?
was. It was so cool to hear lions and things at night, knowing that they were in protected
Yes,
environments and we were
yes,
not there. But it
yes.
was very cool for
Mhm.
us.
Thank you so much for bringing that experience up too. I was just at the zoo 2 weekends ago. We had a cookie program. All of our entrepreneurs used some of their rewards to spend a wonderful day at the zoo exploring. And we also had a couple hundred girls who bridged to the next level of Girl
Uh-huh.
Scouts at the zoo. And so the San Francisco Zoo has just been a really great partner of ours for years.
Oh, that's so good to hear. So, is there anything else that we need to tell our listeners before we close things?
I think if they have a girl in their life that they think would benefit from Girl Scouting, it's easy to join. Go to gsnorcal.org and register. If
Mhm.
you're an adult and everything that Yo and I have been talking about speaks to you and you want to volunteer, you could be a troop leader, but you could also be the troop first aider. You could be the troop camper. There's lots of different opportunities to volunteer with Girl Scouting, and you can also sign up to do that on our website. And then all of this doesn't happen without the support of the whole community. So we're right now in the middle of our spring appeal, and the spring appeal is all about camperships and the Opportunity Fund, which is a fund that helps to send girls to camp and not just pay for their camp experience, but help prepare them for camp, give them the gear and resources they need to go to camp.
Mhm.
So if you're in a place to donate, we would love for you to also visit the website and give a donation that's meaningful to you to help grow this amazing leadership program.
And listeners and viewers, you don't need to live in the Bay Area to support these Girl Scouts. You can there I'm sure there are local councils for you that you can do that just as you can do in Northern California, but you can also support Northern California. so,
That's right. That's right.
so I'll put that out there. So, okay, Mary Jane, last one of the last questions. What would you tell your 20 something self today? Can you believe that you're a CEO?
No, that's probably what I would say. But I also think when I talk to the young folks that work at Girl Scouts or volunteer at Girl Scouts, all of our young adults, and it's their first job because I think working full time at a Girl Scout council was one of my first jobs. I would say, don't assume that you're not the person in the room that can do the thing. If you see something and you want to change it, or organize people to help you change it. You don't have to wait until you have more experience. You don't have to wait, until you're a senior leader in the organization or the company you work for.
Mhm.
You can identify something that you're passionate about and you can make change. And I think I would tell my 20-year-old self, if something bugs you about the place that you're working or the place where you're volunteering, ask why we're doing it that way and get the answers and then make the change that you want to see.
Mm. Well, I'm inspired by that. Very much so. Did you get a chance to go to our online store? Because I would love to send you something from there. Did you see anything?
Oh, I have to check it out. I haven't been there yet, but I will check it out. I would
No
love that.
problem.
Thank you.
I might just pick I think last time I picked some things and gave them to you guys just to pass along to your staff, things that said you're amazing or you're a rock star or just to give you a few things like that that maybe can I think make somebody's day when they're, hoping and working so hard and as I know your staff does. I mean, I
Yes, they're amazing. That would be wonderful. Thank you, Yo.
Yes, I'll just put that together for you. So thanks, MJ, for joining us. I'm going to use
Yes,
MJ.
thank
And
you.
if there's anything more I can do to support you guys, you just let me know because I'm here to do that. And I just love, love, love the work that you're doing. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Yo.
Thank you so much for joining us today. If Mary Jane's insights reminded you of the power of mentorship, access, and empowerment, I'd love it if you'd leave a review wherever you're listening. It helps us reach more women and tell them about our show. And if someone you know is invested in girls' leadership, education, or empowerment, pass this episode along to them. There's so many ways that they could help out. And don't forget to check out Girl Scouts Northern California at gsnorcal.org and follow them on Instagram. And they have a Facebook community, and all of these things will be in the show notes. And you can catch our episodes on YouTube at Girl Take the Lead and on YouTube Music, in addition to Spotify and all of the podcast platforms. A few of my favorite quotes from Mary Jane. The best ideas come from girls themselves. They lead the way when we listen. Leadership starts young. Every opportunity to make decisions builds confidence for the next challenge. And empowering girls means creating opportunities for them to shine and to lift others as they rise. So here's 3 takeaways. 1, youth-led experiences matter. Girls thrive when they have a voice and are supported to lead. 2, volunteers and mentors are essential. Adult guidance and encouragement help girls build confidence and resilience. And 3, access and opportunity create impact. Programs that are inclusive, flexible, and challenging prepare the next generation of leaders. Next week on Girl Take the Lead, we'll be joined by Elena Love, leadership coach, purpose expert, and author of Permission to Be You, a book that just launched. We'll explore how passion-centered living can bring clarity, fulfillment, and confidence to work, life, and relationships. And we have a lot of fun exploring all of the passion archetypes, which you can learn about. Until then, take care of your heart, lead with courage, and remember, we've got this. Talk soon.